Welcome to the Effortless English Show with the world's #1 English teacher, AJ Hogue, where AJ's more than 40 million students worldwide finally learn English once and for all, without the boring textbooks, classrooms, and grammar drills. Here's AJ with a quick piece to help you learn to speak fluent English effortlessly.
Oh, 1 second. Camera. There we go. I'm AJ Hogue, author of Effortless English. Learn to speak English like a native. Father of the Effortless English system. Join my VIP program at effortlessenglishclub.com, effortlessenglishclub.com. Trying something new right now. I'm trying to do a members-only chat. We have some members here on YouTube, people who are supporting the YouTube channel. And I promised that I would give them a chance sometimes to do a chat with me where they could ask questions so I could see their comments and their questions. I'm not sure if it's working. So anyway, I know there's some of you. I can turn that off in a minute if it doesn't work. It's a little bit different software I'm using right now, so I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. But anyway, let's see. Is there a chat somewhere? Let's see. Live chat. Welcome to live chat. Okay. Yep. Sorry. All right. So anyway, if there anyone who is supporting members, please come on. I'm going to announce this on Gab really quickly. Yes. This is just a casual one today, guys. I'm just going to chat a little bit about just several little things. Just going to relax. There's nothing serious for this chat. Hopefully you saw my earlier show today, because in the earlier show, I talked about our challenge. That's the first thing I want to just talk a little more about our challenge. We have a speaking challenge coming. A speaking challenge is coming for Effortless English. It's going to be 3 months long. So I'm just going to repeat what I said today. I will add that to our audio podcast. Today's earlier show, I'll add to the audio podcast so that you can get all the details. But basically, just to repeat, to recap, to re-summarize, it'll be a 3-month speaking challenge. The idea is to get as many hours possible. Try to get a lot of hours of speaking English. Okay? That's our goal. So right now, how many hours do you speak English per day or per week? Maybe per week is a better measurement. Just think about it. How many hours now do you speak English per week? That's your starting point, right? So like for me, I'm doing Japanese. How many hours a week do I speak Japanese? Well, right now, about 0. Pretty much 0. So that's my starting point is 0. Easy to improve, right? I should be able to do more than 0. Okay, what about you? How many hours a week or how many even minutes a week do you speak English? That's your starting point. And then the idea is that during this challenge, you, I, all of us, we're going to increase that amount. The idea is to improve, right? To push ourselves to do more. That's the main thing. Right? So if you're doing 0 hours, well, if you do 1 hour per week, it's an improvement. Very good. If you're doing 1 hour a week already now, speaking English, well then, push yourself to do 2 hours a week or 3 hours a week or an hour a day or more, whatever. You can, I know some people will do a huge number of hours, and that's great. So we're going to start February 1st, and we'll be tracking our hours. What's next? As I mentioned before, also it's a two parts of the challenge. One is shadowing, where you can just listen to an audio and you can just speak along with the audio. That's great. There's something you can do by yourself, alone, just with an audio. So it's great. A great way to practice some speaking. You don't need a partner. And then, of course, the other part of the speaking challenge will be actual chatting, actual conversation with someone else. So a conversation with another person or more than one person. For that, obviously, you need other people. So you'll need to find some other people. All right, so that's about it. We're going to start February 1st. So we'll do all of February, all of March, and all of April. We'll finish on the last day of April. I can't remember how many days in April. Let's take a look. March, April has 30 days. All right, so April 30th will be the end of our challenge. February 1st will be the beginning of our challenge. Let's see, January, there we go. February 1st is a Saturday. All right, great. All right, now, again, like I said, I have members only chat turned on. I wanted to give the supporting members on YouTube. We've got some supporting members here on YouTube. They just support the channel. I wanted to give them a chance, but I didn't announce it before. So I guess next time I'll announce it before so they know I'm going to do it. Well, let's just check our membership numbers. I'm curious, how many supporting members do we have on YouTube? Oh, well, wow, we've got quite a lot. Very nice. Thank you, guys. We've got 27, 34, we got like 35 supporting members now, and they pay some money each month, and it's very nice. Very nice. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. So tell you what I'm going to do. Next time I will announce for you guys, for the members, so that you can have a members-only chat. And only members can ask questions and make comments. So that means, of course, you'll get a lot of attention from me. This was I just had a quick few minutes tonight with my babies. So I thought I'd do it. Just try it really quickly. But it looks like nobody's using it. So I'm going to turn this off really quickly. 1 second. Settings. Live chat. All right. Everybody should be able to chat now. Let's see if this works. So if you want, you can ask questions or chat at the moment. Let me know if you... Yeah, there you go. And now people are joining, so it's working. Great. Palika, good to see you. So I've got about 15 minutes before I have to help with babies again. So I thought it's a good time. My regular time used to be at night like now. So I want to give you guys a chance to just chat and say hi. I've got no topic, really. Just anything you want to talk about. Ask me anything. They call this Ask Me Anything on the internet. People do little sessions, Ask Me Anything. So I've got about 15 minutes. Let's do a Ask Me Anything. Yeah, this is a good time for the show. I know. It's really good for people in Europe, especially right now. Yep, and now people are rolling in. Very good. Okay. So anyway, those of you who, obviously right now, it seems like we don't have any of the members on here, but those who are members, thank you, and I will schedule a time. Tell you what, if you are a supporting member on YouTube for this show, please on Gab, send me a message. Tell me when's a good time for you. Like when's a convenient time, because I don't know where you all are. I don't know which time zones you're in. So let me know, which time zone, which time is good for you. So I can do a members only chat. That'll be kind of nice. That's part of the benefits you're supposed to get if you're a supporting member. So I want to do that for you. But I have to figure out a convenient time for you, and then I'll announce it before on Gab again. I'll tell you on Gab, I'll have a specific day and time, so then the members who are supporting can join. You'll know when to join. Today I just thought I'd try it, but next time I'll have an exact plan. But please let me know on Gab, when's a good time for you? If you are a supporting member, please tell me a good time. What's the good time? Let's see. Oh, Scott was asking. Yeah, I had a nice. If you're on Gab, you may see that I had coffee today with an Effortless English member. Her name is Anya. Anya is visiting. Well, she's Mexican. She's from Mexico originally, but she lives in London, so she's visiting from London, and she's on taking a vacation here in Japan. And she contacted me on Gab, and so today we just met at a coffee shop here in Osaka. And I had coffee with her for a little while. Very nice. I always enjoy meeting you all when you visit Japan or when I travel. So if you visit Osaka, send me a message on Gab. Give me, tell me like a month before or at least a few weeks before. We can figure out a time, and happy to meet you for coffee or something if you are in Osaka. So come on over to Japan. It's a great place. All right, let's just roll in. We got lots of people commenting. I'm on a different software today, so we'll see how I can manage this. After 3 months, can we speak like a native? Asked Furkan. I don't know. Maybe not. Depends on your level. I don't know. There's a guy. There's this site called Fluent in 3 months. Which Steve Kaufman's talked about it. The idea that you become fluent in a language in just 3 months from zero is nonsense. It's kind of it's marketing. It's a very big exaggeration on the one hand. On the other hand, I will say that 3 months of super, super, super intensive language, the guy who runs that site, basically what he does is for 3 months, he only listens to and only speaks the language he's trying to learn. But he's Irish and he speaks English. So, like if he's learning Spanish, then for 3 months his whole life is in Spanish. Right? He goes to a country, maybe goes to Spain or something, and everything he does is Spanish. He changes on his computer to Spanish. He only talks to people in Spanish. He refuses. He will not speak English at all. Zero English for 3 months, right? His native language. He will not speak it. He only will speak Spanish. Of course, in the beginning, it's terrible. It's horrible, and even after 3 months, he's not perfect. He's not, fluent, what most people would call fluent. However, of course, he does improve quite a lot. And, most of all, what he learns how to do is he learns how to communicate in kind of basic everyday stuff, even if he's making grammar mistakes, even if he's not fluent, but he gets a great improvement in communication ability. And he completely gets rid of shyness about speaking, obviously. So for all those reasons, it's really quite cool what he does. It's really great. So, that would be the extreme. If some of you want to go very extreme, you want to get the best result from this, you could just speak only English for 3 months. Now, most of you probably you're living in your own country. You have jobs. You're studying. You live with other people. So you can't do that. You have to speak your own language. I understand that, of course. But some of you are immigrants or guests or visitors in an English-speaking country. I know that. For you all, try to do 100% English for 3 months. That would be the extreme, right? Now, I'm living in Japan. I should do that, but I probably won't. Like I said, I'm a beginner. No, that's no excuse because, the Irish dude, he starts from zero and he speaks only the target language. I don't know. I should do it. We'll see. But I probably won't. But the idea is just to do as much as you can, to do a lot. And here, like a follow-up question, here's, I can't read it, it's Russian, but how many hours are you going to speak Japanese per week? I don't know. I was just, my wife just talked to her dad, who's Japanese, and he agreed he's going to talk to me. So he's going to be one of my conversation partners. He's a super nice guy, very patient, So I have one conversation partner now I can talk to. I'll probably find a few others. We'll see, because I'm gonna do shadowing too. But the truth is, I'm ready. I'm kind of, after a while of just listening. It's just psychological that you get to a point where, I want to communicate some. I don't care if I'm good. I don't care if I suck. I just want to be able to chat with people more. So I'm kind of that's kind of how I feel right now. So it's a good time to do this challenge. Okay, someone's saying morning is better. You got to tell me a time zone, guys. If you're giving me times for a chat, a live stream, for especially supporting members, tell me your time zone too, because morning. I got to know where you are. Oh, Renat Gill says, how are Kristen and Joe doing? They're doing fine. Are they still continuing Learn Real English? They Learn Real English, they are still doing it, learnrealenglish.com, but they're kind of doing it part-time. They're both working jobs now, so they're only doing it part-time. Okay. Maybe he meant 3 years, not 3 months. No, he meant 3 months. What about your plan? Armian says, what about your plan to a new journey to the Camino de Santiago? One man gave advice to begin from Portugal. I've thought about that. Yeah, it's called the Camino Portugués, something like that. There are many caminos, actually, right? Camino means way, and Santiago, so way of Santiago. There's the one that's the most popular is called the Camino Francés. It begins in France, just over the border. And, it's kind of a route, and lots of people do that one. But there's something called the Camino del Norte or Camino Norte, which follows the coast in the north of Spain. Fewer people do that. There's the Camino Portuguese, I don't know, I can't remember how to say it in Spanish. But anyway, Portugal. It starts in Portugal. So instead of going through Spain, most of the trip, you're walking through Portugal to get to Santiago, which is in Spain. So anyway, there's lots of different routes, and I have heard about the Portuguese one. It's shorter. I've thought about doing that one, but then I'd have to learn Portuguese instead. So I kind of if I do the Camino, I'll probably do one in Spain. I'll probably do the Francés because I know it, and if I have children with me, the Francés is well developed. You can do the Francés with children. I don't know about the other ones. Oh, good. Paulika says the Red Pill course is great. I've listened to 2 lessons since yesterday. Excellent. VIP members. I reminded you, get on to the site, the member area, get the Red Pill course. It's a free bonus movie lessons for you. You can learn all the vocab, almost all the vocab from the movie The Matrix. After you do the whole course, do some repeat listening as always, at repetition, deep learning. Don't just listen once. Listen many times, really learn that vocab. Then go watch The Matrix again. Then go watch the movie again. Okay, there's Zvonko. Zvonko, you're a member, I see. So I'll do a members only chat, Zvonko, soon. Tell me on gab.com. Follow me, AJ Hogue. Zvonko, tell me when's a good time to do a members only live stream. Now, the Camino Primitivo is the hardest one, says Zvonko. What is that? I've never heard of that. Let me look it up. Camino Primitivo. Is that a real thing? Yes, it's one of the paths of the Camino de Santiago. Begins in the old Asturian capital of Oviedo, runs west to Lugo, south to Santiago de Compostela, joining the more popular French way in Melide for the last 2 hiking days. Well, cool. The original. Okay, thanks for this. I got to share this with my friend Joe now. Oh, it looks like it goes through the mountains, huh? All right, thank you. That looks cool. I'll check that out, Zonko. Thank you. That looks kind of more like hiking, like more primitive. Yeah, obviously the name primitive. I don't know. Is this like more camping and more like the Appalachian Trail, like hiking in the mountains? Anyway, I don't have time to read it while I'm talking to you guys, but I'll read it later. It looks good. Very cool. Oh, N says I can't become a supporting member because I live in Iran. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Palika says I'm grateful we're doing The Hobbit. Yay. Me too. All right, I'm just reading through the comments, guys. This I'm using YouTube software. It's a little harder to read the comments. I usually use my own software. Okay, well, here's like a general question. Actually, this is from Farhad. It's kind of similar to my situation. He says, I'm here in India. I can't understand their writing, but what should I do to learn their speaking? Well, I'm in the same situation in Japan. I think the Indian writing's easier to learn. I believe it's still an alphabet at least. But anyway, I understand what you're saying. If you don't want to spend a lot of time on the writing and reading because it would take a lot of effort. You want to just focus on speaking. So you've got to get audios, and then you have to understand. This is the problem. You have to understand the audio so you can listen to them again and again. How do you understand them? Well, usually with text. So what you can do is get the text, but you need some kind of service that will change the text to, let's say, English letters, Latin letters. So they have this. In Japanese, it's called romaji, right? In Chinese, it's called pinyin. Anyway, most languages that have different writing systems, they also have some system for learners that use the Latin letters. And it's kind of a short way. Like I do this all the time in Japanese because I can read those very quickly, but reading the Japanese characters, I can't do it. So I don't want to spend a lot of time, to learn the Japanese characters takes, hundreds of hours, thousands of hours maybe. And I want to speak. I want to focus on the speaking and listening. I don't want to spend all the time. Maybe later I'll do that. So you need to do the same thing. Link might do this. Link has some Indian, I'm going to look it up, guys. Link.com has some Indian languages. Log in. Let me see. I know they got like Gujarati. It's kind of interesting. Let's see what they've got. Okay, they've got Gujarati. It's kind of strange they don't have Hindi. Huh. They've got Gujarati, but they don't have Hindi. That's odd. Strange. Oh well. I'm guessing you probably want to learn Hindi or Tamil. The two most common. Anyway, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to find some way to do that. Change them over so then you can understand what you're reading. So good luck. I don't know enough about that specifically to give you more specific advice, but that's general advice. Fernando, from Brazil. Also, please, Fernando, tell me, you're a member, a supporting member, please tell me a good time to do a live stream. I want to do a members-only live stream at some time soon. He's also reading The Hobbit. A bit complicated. It is a little complicated. You're going to learn some good vocab. Army Ant says, Camino de Santiago from Portugal begins from the very great ocean coast. Yeah, I would like to do it someday. So again, asking about speaking. Anyone interested in speaking, join our speaking challenge. It's just in 2 weeks we begin. Learn English says you claim English can be learned without translating to the first language. It can be. You don't have to, though. It's not possible learning English directly by native speakers. That's bullshit. Of course it is. Babies do it. It becomes possible when students are intermediate. No, that's wrong. But it does have it's more challenging as an adult. Translation's fine. You know, I'm not against translation. It is quicker if you're an independent learner, you're an adult, you're especially in the very beginning levels. You just use a translation dictionary. It's easier, right? Then if you try to use an English dictionary, it's too much. You can't do it. The dictionary's too difficult. Just use a translation dictionary. So I'm not against translation at all. However, it's also wrong to say it's not possible. It's certainly possible, but you have to use techniques such as TPR, especially TPR in the very beginning. I would use I did it. I've done this. I've taught children who knew zero English, and I taught them English. I taught them to become fluent actually pretty fast, about 6 months. And this was in Korea. I know zero Korean, so everything was English. So absolutely, it is possible. You just have to, as the teacher or the parent, has to know the right techniques. Okay, let's see. Yeah, like Scott Anderson mentions that, and I also agree, you should get the audiobook for The Hobbit too. So you can listen to The Hobbit and read it at the same time. You do both. Always the audiobooks are great, and The Hobbit's such a popular book that it's easy to find in the audiobook. Okay, let's see, a few more. My babies are going crazy in the other room. Okay, I said ask me anything, so I guess I'll answer it. This is kind of a random question. Do you think Joe Rogan is a product of Hollywood? Asked Taras. Yeah, I think he's a bit compromised. I think he's, I liked Joe Rogan in the beginning, but now he does seem like he's kind of sold out, we say in English. Like his stuff supporting his interview with that guy from Twitter was terrible. Was so disgusting. Like he's just, it was so weak. So yeah, I think he kind of is. They say he's kind of a controlled opposition is the phrase we use in English. I think, yeah, a bit. I'm not quite the fan of Joe Rogan anymore. It's not terrible, but I'm just not as. I don't think. I think politically he's very safe. He tries to be safe. What's happening in there? My babies are they're all going crazy in the next room. Funny. Crazy babies. All right. Hey, Funda. Okay, I'm just trying to read through the comments. Like I said, this software is a little bit. The YouTube one is not so great. I use something else usually. Hi, I'm Indian from Lucknow. Hello to you, Arnab. I'm trying to remember, have I been to Lucknow? I don't think so. Babies on the drums, that's right. Bum, 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 bum. Sorry, guys, funny. All right, so let's see. Have you read any book? Let's see. Have you read a book, Between the World and Me, by Ta-Nehisi? I have never read the book. No. Who likes listening to MP3 courses in the car? Asked Shaker. Yeah, that's great. You can do it in the car, you can do it in buses, do it while you're traveling, going to work. All these are good. Abraham Ali says, have you read In Search of Excellence by Tom Peters? What's your opinion? Yes, I have. Yeah, I like Tom Peters. You know, Tom, he's a great public speaker. Tom Peters is a very, very good business speaker, public speaker in the area of business. He has, I would call an impossible task. I mean, he makes a great effort to make like corporate America, giant companies, not just America, actually, worldwide, human. Like he's constantly trying to teach these people, these executives, these people, managers, to be, human and passionate. But, it's a nearly impossible task because it's such an anti-human environment. So, while I like his style, I like some of his messages, but the truth is, yeah, it's not going to happen. Those big companies are not going to do it. They hire him for kind of motivation and stuff, which is great, but, that they're just missing the heart, missing the soul. But I like him. I think that more medium and small size companies actually will follow some of what he's teaching and actually care about excellence. I don't think any big companies in America care about excellence. None of them. The Fortune 500 companies, they care about cash. They care about, their stock price. But the executives do not. There's really zero care. Maybe in Japan, but not in America. Funda says, I listen to your mini stories that are so powerful. The vocabs are so powerful, I can't forget the words. Well, that's the whole point of the technique, is that you will remember those phrases and the grammar, but the vocab and the grammar that you'll remember and you'll never forget them. And that's why the technique with all the questioning and this crazy stories, all of these things are for a reason, to put all that into your mind at an automatic level so you never forget. So I'm glad it's working for you. Good. AJ Best says, what's the difference between American English and British English? Well, I mean, obviously there's an accent difference, but there's some vocabulary differences, that they say one word like, I don't know, for a car, right? The back part of the car, you open it up, you can put stuff inside. We say trunk, they say boot. Little things like that where they might have a different word they use for some things. That's probably maybe the most difficult thing. Some vocabulary differences and a little bit of, so there's an accent difference, of course, although I don't find the British accent, the standard common British accent, I don't find it very difficult. It's not extreme. Something like Scottish, strong Scottish accents, strong Irish accents can be very difficult to compare, if you're not used to them, even for native speakers. But I find that kind of BBC London British accent is pretty easy. So anyway, those are the differences, in the general idea. We don't say y'all. That's right. Scott Anderson's originally from Scotland. Cliffy says, I think your current enthusiasm is inspired from the noise of the babies. What bothers you is their crying. Yeah, the crying makes me kind of, but when they're laughing and jumping around, it's really funny. They're cute. So cute. Okay, Nashwa says, I can read and write in English in the business field in a good way. Good. But I'm scared about speaking. How much time to be fluent in English if I struggle. Well, I don't know exact level, but join our speaking challenge. I mean, like I said, perhaps the very best thing about doing a large amount of speaking, like Benny Lewis is the guy's name, the 3-month guy. But anyway, perhaps one of the best, the best benefit is psychological. It breaks all shyness, right? Because if you speak a lot, like an intense period for 3 months, and you just force yourself to do it, and you're going to feel stressed, and you can't remember the words. But, at the end, after doing that every single day for 3 months, a lot of hours, you kind of eventually you just relax about it all, right? You don't care anymore. It's kind of similar to public speaking. Right? The first time you give a speech, most people, first time you give a speech, you're super nervous. But if you do it 100 times, you're not so nervous after that, right? You just do it. Some people ask, a lot of people ask me about public speaking. How do I become a good public speaker? There are techniques, there are courses, but one of the simplest things is just do it a lot. And after you do it a lot, eventually, you're not nervous anymore. You're just kind of used to it. Do it again. So I think there's a good point to that. Oh, you can get the audiobook, the Hobbit audiobook, on Steve Kaufman's site, Link. I am using it. Perfect. Yeah, support Link. I like Link. So Paulika, thank you. If you guys want, if those of you joining our book club, The Hobbit is our new book, then check out the audiobook for The Hobbit. It's on Link, LINGQ.com. Wesley Carvalho says, AJ, why don't you use many phrasal verbs? I don't know. I think I use them. Is it essential for speaking English? You've got to know them. They're very common. I definitely use phrasal verbs. I don't know. I don't even think about it, so I have no idea how many I use. It's just supernatural. But yes, you have to know them because they're super, super common. So you got to learn them. Just learn them from context. Learn them as you hear them. How to teach. Okay, Subhanish says how to teach children. So just a couple more, guys, and I got to go play with my babies. Subhanish says how to teach children to read English. You start with basic phonics. It's called phonics. It means just the sounds of the letters. Basic. This means the most common sounds of each letter. Obviously, the consonants, most of them have one sound, and a couple of them have more. But and then the vowels can have, a few sounds. And then you might teach a few, the most common vowel combinations. But that's all. Phonics has developed into this, can become very complicated with all these complicated rules. That's too much. It becomes like grammar study. It just confuses them. So don't do complicated phonics. You can just have phonics flashcards, where you just show the letter and what's the sound, what B, b, right? D, d, F, G, g. That's all, right? Basic. And then for, maybe for C, you might have a letter, CE, so it makes a s sound, and for CA, k. So really basic, like that. And of course, there are lots of exceptions in different words, but they will learn the exceptions later when they learn full words. So you start with just the single sounds of the letters, basic phonics. Then you do some 2-letter combinations. Again, you can do flashcards where they learn this. And then you jump right into very, 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 very easy little books. There are lots of these little super easy books for children learning to begin reading. And some of them are focused on phonics, and they have very, very short, Jim go, I don't know. They're really short. Like Jim likes cats. Cats are nice, really short, little, simple, easy. And you help them read that. And that's how you do it. Tara says, yeah, good point. I used to live in the USA 2.5 years ago. Just got back to Moscow. Thanks for opening my eyes to what is happening in the United States right now. I was shocked how many people barely survive in America. Right. It's not the land of gold, guys. You got to, it's very expensive and it's very tough to live. So if you think you're going to go to America and become super rich easily, it's a bad idea. It's okay if they're going crazy, Tamoy. Okay, I think we are about done. Can you make a job? Nama says, can you make a show about job searching? Yeah, I'll do something about that. It's a good idea. Okay, 2 more and then I'm going to go, guys. I got to go. Syed Ramadan says, I think there's good news. We don't need a partner for the speaking challenge. We can do shadowing. Gives us more benefits. Then we can make a conversation with someone. Right. That's why we're doing shadowing as part of it, because you need something you can do alone, because most of your free time is alone, right? You're in the train, you're in a bus, even you're at home, you're in the car traveling. So you need something you can do just alone to practice, and shadowing is a way you can practice speaking English and you don't need someone else. So exactly right. How to join the challenge, just follow me on Gab. I'll give more details about how we're doing it soon. But it's open to everybody. Okay, final question. Subanesh says, what do you mean by the new lessons called Red Pills? It's a movie course for The Matrix. I just call it Red Pill Course. It's the title of the course. But it's the movie lessons I did about the movie The Matrix. Basically, I go through the movie. I teach all the vocab, or at least most of it, that's in that whole movie, The Matrix. So I recorded that. It's now available to VIP members. VIP members can get it for free, no extra cost. It's an extra bonus. And there's text, so you can read along too if you need it and listen. And using these movie lessons, you can learn all of the movie, The Matrix. So if you're a VIP member, you should sign in and get those lessons now. You can get them now. If you're not a VIP member, become a VIP member. And then you can also get those kind of extra bonus movie lessons. And of course, we're doing a new movie now. We're doing the movie Jerry Maguire right now. All right, guys, that's all. There's a little test right now. I'll try it again later. I will upload today's earlier show to the podcast very soon. So I will see you all later. Have a great night. And bye for now.